Okay. Who has my stuff? Is it you? Not you. Is it you? Not you. Go to Scotland Yard and get this car puzzle from the guy. I guess I was supposed to talk to him like a third time? Not in here. Oh, they're in the present, or they're in the future now. Herp derp. Make sure we talk to everybody anyways. Oh, look at that. A puzzle. Wasn't expecting a puzzle. Alright, just give me a puzzle. Relax. Alright, Professor Layton and Luke are chatting in a clothing store. You know, Luke, there's something here that really appeals to me. I think I might just try and negotiate a purchase. What has caught Professor Layton's eye? I have no idea. Hey, HDN Draxsearch. Hope I said that right. Hello, hello. Something has caught your eye. So this is probably a... Probably trying to be silly with it. They usually are with stuff like this. I mean, B kind of, sort of reminds me of an eye, kind of, maybe, sort of. All you can think of is A looks suspiciously like his jacket inside the blue bit. I would originally go with A for sure, but definitely not that easy. It is 30 picarats. It really appeals to me. I'll use one hint coin. Well, for starters, Professor Layton isn't really into clothes. This is why I hate the first hint of the hint coins. Like, great, yeah. Very helpful. Oh. I think I'm seeing things now. Sort of, but not really. So what I'm trying to think of is like the negative space in between, because if I'm looking here, this kind of looks like a hat. Layton's all about his hat. The problem is I don't really see that anywhere else. Over here, not really that sort of kind of thing. I mean, you can kind of make something here and it goes over here. You can kind of do something like that, but it's not the same as over here. And then this one just doesn't really have anything like that. And this one doesn't either. Guess I'll spend 2 hint coins. Something Professor Layton likes is hidden among the clothes. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go with C, just because it has kind of like a tall hat thing in it. The last one was 100% worthless. But that tends to be the first hint of Layton coins. I guess I'm just going to go for the Hail Mary on C, just because this kind of looks like a hat.
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
Keen Eye, the answer is C. However, did you realize that the item Professor Layton likes is actually the hanger? It's shaped like a question mark. Whenever I see a puzzle, Luke, I can't help but take action. But Professor, that's not a puzzle, that's a hanger. It's a hanger. I did notice that it looked like a question mark. I thought that was stupid. But whatever. Welcome to Layton Puzzles. Alright, blah blah blah, you're right, impressed, going in the eye of the little guy, and shouldn't really... Where is the thing? Looking for a very specific thing. And I just can't find it. Either I missed it forever, or you can get them out of order, I guess. The only thing I can think of. Businesses is around open. Right, yeah, I guess I'll come back. Flip me, it's a question mark. That one was definitely a Layton puzzle. I don't know how much of a puzzle it actually was, but, you know, I'll take it. I guessed it right off of the wrong thing. Welcome back, Professor. Okay, I went over here. Oh, it's you two again. Every time we see you, you have your nose buried in the paper. You must really like current events. That's the understatement of the year. Just think, all the world's news here in these pages. How could I not read it all day long? There are hardly any pictures, and the print is so small. Doesn't it get boring? Boring? This paper is bursting with interesting stuff, like this puzzle, for instance. Want to pick a rats? The 4 numerical stamps shown below are designed to fill in the 3 blank squares and complete the equation. Only one digit can be used in each. Your task is to make a valid equation using the fewest number of stamps to fill all 3 blank squares. Pick the stamps you'll use by checking the boxes below. Okay. So what plus what equals that number? Okay, I believe I see 2 stamps in these. I can make a 2 out of the 5, and then a 5, and then it can equal 7. But is there a 1 here? A 1 stamp kind of thing. Doesn't look like it. I still think eventually they're going to do some shenanigans where I could turn the 3 into an 8. I'm expecting that. Let's give this one a shot.
How about this?
Okay.
Let me think this through again.
I actually think that one would have worked pretty well. Oh, but I guess I can't flip it. Fine. I think I ran into that on the last one too. Can't check that one. Definitely gonna have to do shenanigans here. I could go 5 and 3 and do my 8 strategy. Sure, let's just throw out the Hail Mary.
This one's as good as solved. Phew, that's a relief.
Yep, there it is. See, I knew they were gonna do that at least once. Correct. The 3 and 5 stamps are all you need. The equation can be solved by making 1 plus 7 equals 8, but that uses 3 stamps. You only need 2 stamps to make 3 plus 5 equals 8. Suckers. I get why I read this thing night and day. Yep, maybe I'll end up reading the paper once this case is done. Darn it, give me the last thingamabobber. Family on new puzzle, but the well is dry. How long do you have to wait for inspiration to strike? I'm gonna get a meal here. Victory. What looks good to you? How about this one? Oh, and this. We've simply got to try that. It all sounds amazing. Well, Luke, you always order half the menu. Up at any time, I got new dishes to work on and I'll leave you stunned. Alright, either I missed it forever, or you could just get them out of order. Everything was going in order though, so it's kind of strange. Could do for some fast traveling. Alright, never been here before. Let's ramp for hint coins. Yes, you all have so much to say. Wow, the river looks like it goes on forever. It's so pretty. What is it? Thank you, bird. Wasn't actually looking for assistance there. It gave it to me anyway. What is this? Like a
Careful
kangaroo?
now. That rabbit looks awfully, agitated. I don't like that glint in his eye. He looks like he could attack us at any moment.
Well, you've always had a way with animals, even those of the more cantankerous variety. Why don't you see if you can't befriend the little fellow?
Befriend him. Right. He doesn't look too, friendly, but I guess I can give it a shot.
What do you want?
Hello. I hope you're enjoying this lovely day. Would you mind if we pass through here?
Yeah, you humans are so full of yourself. Always acting like you own a place. But this here's my turf. Take one more step and I'll rearrange your kneecaps.
Sorry, Mr. Rabbit. I didn't mean to...
Mr. Rabbit? Ah, please. What storybook do you get that from? The name's subject free, okay? And don't get any stupid ideas about us being friends just because you know my name now.
Of course not, Mr. Subject 3. I didn't mean to impose, but we really do need to pass through here.
Those puny ears of yours don't hear too well, do they, boy? I thought I made it clear that this is my turf.
But we just...
Ah, shut your trap. Look, I'm not an unreasonable rabbit, but nothing's free, you know. If you want through that much, you're gonna have to solve this puzzle.
Okay. This peculiar rabbit has a unique method of getting around. He travels 70 centimeters with each hop, but when he lands, he immediately hops 30 centimeters toward the direction his tail is pointing. On a straight line, what is the minimum number of hops it will take this rabbit to reach a spot 10 meters away? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't even know how many centimeters are in a meter. Centimeters? Meters. Can we flip that around? All right, 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. But he knows now. Okay, so 1,000 centimeters is the goal here. It's just 10 hops. Okay, so in a straight line, after 10 hops, we'll just say 700 to be safe here, or 7 meters. Okay, and he gets knocked I guess that's after he's been knocked back 3. So... Wait, do I have that right? I do not have that right. Not have that right. 700 unmodified. It would be 400. And it's 20 picarets, so I'm guessing the twist here is that for the last hop, it doesn't really matter that he gets knocked back one. Math is hard. Get rid of those. 400, 400. That's 20 hops. Guess we can cut that in half. Say 25. 25 hops? Sure. Go with 25 hops. Got the timer anyways. Who enveloped in math.
How about this?
Right, life is hard.
I don't know what to say.
Kind of weird, but he's also quite clever. Math puzzles are always my weakness. At first glance, you might think the best this bunny can do is travel 70 centimeters forward and then 30 centimeters back for a gain of 40 centimeters every 2 hops. Can you think of a more efficient way for the bunny to move forward? Oh my gosh. I was afraid of that. Just by, like, changing directions in the air. And then turning around or whatever. Let's try 10.
This one's as good as solved.
Okay, it is not 10.
Let me think this through again.
Oh, wait. I am thinking about this wrong. How many hops? And it does hop in that direction. So it'd be 20. We're gonna get rid of all the whatchamacallits here. Try 20.
How about this?
There it is. I wasn't doubling the hops.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Hop, hop, hooray. 20 hops is correct. If the bunny rabbit turns 180 degrees mid-air during each 70-meter hop, it will land and then hop 30 centimeters towards its tail, which will be pointing towards the target spot. Using this method, we'll simply take the bunny 2 hops to cover each meter. Very silly. You're one of the smarter humans I've met, I'll give you that. What exactly is your story, Mr. Subject 3? Want to know more about this old hare, do you? Well, get your hanky ready, cause my tale's a real tearjerker. Okay.
I was born in the mean streets of London and separated from my parents at an early age. I would never see them again. It wasn't long before I was kidnapped and sold as a lab animal. I thought it couldn't get any worse. I was wrong. The research facility I was taken to was the most miserable place on Earth. It was there that the whitecoats started calling me Subject Free.
That's a peculiar name.
Yeah, that's because it wasn't so much a name as an ID. I was a test subject, not a cuddly pet. There was a Subject 1 and a Subject 2 there, but who knows what happened to them.
I don't mean to stir up painful memories, but you said you were a test subject, so...
You want to know about the test they did on me? Just thinking about it makes my fur stand on end. Well, this was one of their favourite routines. They'd throw me in a room and cut the lights. There'd be a loud noise like nails on a blackboard. Next thing I know, I'm in a totally different room. Even now, I've no idea what they were doing.
That sounds awful.
Have you two worked everything out?
Did you hear Subject 3's terrible story?
No, he can't understand animals.
Apparently, he was forced to be a test subject in a whole bunch of weird science experiments.
Our friend here carries a heavy burden on his shoulders.
Poor little fellow.
Poor little fellow? Pugh. Spare me your pity. Life is hard, kid, and I've had it harder than most. None of it really matters.
Life is hard.
The sooner you stop expecting good things to happen, the better off you'll be.
What kind of attitude is that? You're free now, and you've got your whole life ahead of you.
Ah, so now you're gonna tell me how to live my life, huh? Go on then, get out of my face before I bite the lot of you!
Got a new car. I don't know if I need to save right now, but we're gonna do so.